All right, sorry. Making sure I was ready. What?
So I'm waiting with bated breath.
Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get to you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the bloom on the grave. Hey guys, y'all know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent, big ugly himself, Omari Ellis, feogrande on YouTube, Pete on the show if you want to, if you will, and I'm here for another Wednesday showing of the Whatever We Want podcast, and like usual, I am not alone because I am joined by my buddy, my pal, my friend, my brother, Superjaz. I pointed the wrong way.
I was about to say with all of those, my this, my that, my this, my that, until you said the name, I was like, that can't be me. That shit sounds too good. No. What's good, everybody? Right, like you said, this is the Whatever We Want podcast. And as he said, my name, you can call me Jazz, or you can call me Superjaz, or you can call me SJ, or you can call me JT. Just don't call me late for dinner. Because I just flew in from Las Vegas and boy are my arms tired. No, probably. Anyway, no, as he said, yes, this is the Whatever We Want podcast, where, as I say, we do just that. We talk about whatever we want. We do not lead the conversation. The conversation leads us. We let the chips fall where they may.
Every Wednesday.
All right, before we get underway, today, on Tuesday before Wednesday, hey, let me just say.
What a wonderful kind of day. Motherfucker, we can learn to work and play. Motherfucker, get along with each other.
You got to listen. Anyway. Before we get underway with the show, I don't know if you had a prompt, if whatever, we just gonna talk and shoot the shit, which is the point of the show. Before we get underway, though, I did want to say, probably doesn't need to be addressed, but just gonna say real quick to Bob the Tomato. I think that he probably felt a little bit of a way. Because on the off chance he watches this, probably felt a little bit of a way about the last episode, or no, 2 episodes ago. Me talking about, my dietary choices, now my non-drinking, smoking thing. It was nowhere near specifically posted about anything specifically about Bob the Tomato, my man. It was nothing specifically about you. That just happened to be something. I was actually going to say something about another thing on top of that had happened around the same time, but I thought it sounded too specific to said situation, so I didn't bring it up. So it was just one instance.
Yeah, to make and I was trying to say that I didn't think that.
I know, but I just wanted to say
it was meant nearly as seriously from. Like I figured it was more in jest. That's the impression I got when it happened.
So that's why. That's why. Before we do that, I just wanted to get that out the way and be like, "Yo, bro, Bob, Mr. Tomato. We are and will forever be gravy, or in this case, maybe saucy. So, it's all good. Like I said, it just happened to be an example for the sake of the conversation. It was nowhere near anything about you, my man. Anyway, off that. All right.
While we're on the topic of sad subjects.
Good Lord.
What the fuck? Real brief. Lead-in is that? Real brief. Real brief. It's not sad. It's sad for some.
And what I it's sad
for the situation. Not situation. Sad for the city of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh shit!
That they will never. That they missed their one chance, and they lost.
Is this officially a week after? I mean, it's gonna be the Wednesday, but is this like the Wednesday of the next week?
Not the 3 days after, because that's when our.
No, I mean, no,
okay,
no,
so the Wednesday after that, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So this is like
a week or so later, a week and a half later,
like 10 days later, basically, so to speak. 9-10 days later. Okay, yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, Super Bowl. The Bengals lost. Unfortunately, the rich get richer in LA, and Cincinnati has to deal with the fact that they will probably never make it back anytime soon at all.
They still got Burrow with them, though.
Fun fact about Joe Burrow that I've learned in these past few days, as my roommate has pointed out to me. I don't remember the exact number, but the past large number of quarterbacks to lose their first trip to the Super Bowl, not only do they not make it back, but they're often either out of the league within like 3 years or severely like devalued. Like a other quarterback who was the same age. Jimmy Garoppolo is a good example. He's still in the league, but he's fucking terrible, and he ain't making it back to the fucking Super Bowl anytime soon. He lost his first trip to the Super Bowl. Cameron Newton, he lost his first trip to the Super Bowl a couple years later. Yes, there were injuries and stuff as well, but still, it's just for the stat that we're talking about the people having in common. Next thing you know, gets cut by the Panthers, signed by the assholes, gives them their worst season in 20 years. Ha, fuck y'all. And then he goes back to the Panthers only to be like put on the bench because our coach is a fucking moron. So, but you know what I'm saying, he's been severely valued. You got your Rex Grossmans as an example, who lost his first Super Bowl, was gone like damn near the year after. He was on the Bears, and you got a couple other ones. Yeah, don't lose your first trip to the Super Bowl. Your ass ain't going back. Wasn't Kaepernick the quarterback for the 49ers when they lost to the Ravens?
You're unfortunately asking the wrong person.
I think he was.
Because again, I like to see a good game, but I do not follow it like that.
It was a Super Bowl. It was the Harbaugh. It was John Harbaugh versus Jim Harbaugh, who had both made the same fucking team. Angry ass defense with an offense that can get you down the field.
Like I said, I like to watch a good game, and I can really get into it. I love playing football. I just don't follow it like that. So I remember one year
we had a 49 ingredient sandwich.
I remember one year when I was still like in shape and working out heavy. I remember one year like it was 24-hour gym, and Super Bowl like came on, and I remember I just went to the gym, and then I like looked up at the TV. I was like, oh, the Super Bowl was playing. Like, I just that year I didn't know. But no, I mean, going back to 56 though, I mean, I think all in all, it wasn't a bad game. And now one thing that was funny about the game was it moved quick.
Yeah, that was one of the quickest Super Bowls. Well, I think because the Bengals probably had the idea of run this fucking clock and keep them from having the ball as much as possible.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Quick.
Mm-hmm.
I remember me and my brother and my dad, we watching that shit and looked up, and it was all of a sudden 6 minutes left in the first quarter. And I'm like, where the fuck did the other fucking was it 9 minutes ago? Like what
Yeah.
the fuck?
I was going to be regrettably happy if the Bengals won, and I say regrettably only because what's his name tore his knees, Odell. Like,
oh yeah,
that was a sad sight, and that would have been the only bit of regret is that damn that had to happen to him. But I still would have been happy that the Rams lost. But I'm just sad altogether because
I'll say this. If Cincinnati had won, and they would have won on their own merit, of course, they would have won on their own merit. It was a good game, all the other, accolades to throw out. If they had won, good amount of people would have brought up that blatant face mask.
They would have, but if they would have scored a touchdown on that last drive, whatever then.
Right. I'm just saying. I'm saying that's something that people who wanted to talk shit would have thrown in their face.
Exactly. If their only touchdown was that, yeah. But apparently, dude tripped. Apparently on that, I say apparently because I haven't seen the footage. But again, stuff my roommate was telling me on that last play Cincinnati had, the dude that got hit with the face mask, Jalen Ramsey. Apparently, he slipped almost immediately, and the guy he was covering was wide open to go down the field, but Aaron Donald got in the backfield within half a second, so Joe Burrow didn't have the 1 second he would have needed to see the guy open and throw it for probably the game-ending touchdown.
I remember watching the face mask play, and I remember being like, "What the? Why is he falling like the defender? Why is he falling now?
Yeah,
nothing happened. What the fuck is he falling from?" And then you find out that he ripped the face mask. Because it was like, I was like, the ball didn't even throw.
I was like, damn. Yeah, because he got up, he's like, and I was like, what? You got burnt, man. And then it was like, oh no, no, you didn't.
He said,
yeah, and that was also kind of like messed up. Like, that is kind of messed up that was happening. That's all. I was hoping they would get a touchdown to cancel that out. You know what I mean? Like, no, see, they still got down the field, and they can't, But it's even more of a non-issue because they lost.
Cooper Kupp, that boy and then what's so funny about it too is he looked like one of the most. And I mean, he just looked like he just one of them good old boys. You know what I mean? Like grew up, a rural area,
sure.
Big old beard, and that dude, man, he's like greatest show on turf, status almost. Maybe as far as like the way you could just put the ball in the vicinity of that dude and he'll catch it. At least that's what it looked like in the game. Do you not remember the greatest show on turf?
I do remember the greatest show on turf. I own an Isaac Bruce jersey that I got from Isaac Bruce. What the fuck are you talking about? He showed up at a school with a bunch of jerseys for people. But
he came to my elementary.
Yeah.
The way you were looking, like, what did I say?
No, I'm more like I liked the greatest show on turf better than these guys. That's what I'm saying. Well,
yeah, I said he's almost greatest show on turf status. At least the way he won MVP and he needed to. Shit.
The last episode, this is the way it started with the fuck Stan Kroenke. Yeah, that's just how I.
That's. But I mean, I'm just like.
And it was also kind of just my response to the Super Bowl as well.
Again, I ain't got no horse in this race. I just wanted to see a good game, which it was a pretty good game. 4th and 1, 40-ish seconds left. You're down by 3. Your kicker has not missed a field goal the entire playoff.
Mm-hmm. Were they in range?
No, but if they would have gotten, this is what I'm saying. If they had maybe gotten the first and then gotten they would have had another chance to pass and get closer, because all you really need for a good kicker is 50, maybe 55 yards.
Yes, but I'm saying they weren't in range on that play, because I've heard people say, why wouldn't you just kick it? I'm pretty sure they weren't in range.
I was going to say, do you pass or do you run? What would you do?
Fucking no, man. Depends on how long of a one that is.
Huh?
You have 2 timeouts, but that don't fucking matter when it's 4th and 1.
No, because the thing is, the clock is automatically gonna stop if you get the first down anyway, and you get tackled.
No.
Right? No, it's gonna keep going. So you get tackled, and then you call the timeout instantly.
Oh, I'm talking about if you fail. That's what I was thinking.
No. I'm talking about. Do you run to try to get first down, or do you try to pass it? What would you do? Just out of curiosity.
Against that team, I probably would have tried to pass it because and Von Miller and the guy they got from the Jaguars, the other guy they got from the Jaguars, not Jalen Ramsey, the other one, and the fucking other Ram that's been there for a while. No, you're not getting through that. And your offensive line is shit. Yeah, especially when Aaron Donald lines up offsides. By the way, he was apparently lined up offside.
Wait, he was over the line?
That's what someone's... Again, Rube told me. I didn't look this up. But I'm just like, this man was lined up offsides too? Damn, whatever.
That's the payback for the face mask shit.
The payback for the face mask was the first pass interference thing that they called on the Bengals on that Rams touchdown drive. Not the second one. The second one was blatant as fuck. The first one, that was a fucking makeup call. But then Eli Apple made it even worse the time afterwards. Like even blatant. Like, yeah. I'm like, come on now.
But I honestly set up that scenario because I thought, knowing my best friend, that you would have been like, yeah, why didn't they run? I thought you was about to go in. I was setting up for an epic Omari rant. I thought he was about to go off. The
Rams were scary. You saw my prediction. I said that it wasn't going to be close. I was wrong about it not being close. But I wasn't wrong about who won and pretty much why they would win, because they had the better team. The better defense, better pizza, Papa John's.
What the fuck? What was I gonna say? But I don't know. Like, that is a tough call, and I understand why they chose to pass. Because if you complete the pass, you get more yards on top of. But
also throw it to the sideline. Like a quick out to the sideline. Yeah.
Instantly dug out. But the thing too is, you run that ball, and you got a quarterback that isn't like a scrambler per se, but he's not like shy to run it. So
yeah,
you could go for the easy 1 yard, and then they had the timeouts. So because really the whole plan, whether it was 4th and 1 or the situation or not, the whole thing was, we're going for the touchdown, but if all else fails, get in field goal range, kick it overtime.
Yeah, they were going for first down. But yes, if you're talking about the drive, yes.
I'm talking about the drive. The drive in and of itself is
Also
go for the 6.
Also, with me saying this whole thing about penalties and Aaron Donald offside or not, who cares? No, I'm not trying to take anything away from the LA Rams. They did win because they were the superior team. They were going to win because they were the superior team. And I also do want to say my condolences to my fellow fans of bad teams out there. The the NBA era of the NFL is about to start, where players start fucking going and making super teams because it clearly works.
Oh, you mean
so the people who have bad teams with bad histories, it's gonna be real fucking hard to get good players to come to your teams now. They just gonna start stacking up like over there.
Like LeBron going to the Heat and then the Lakers and shit.
And then what the Nets tried to do, and then Kevin Durant went to the Warriors, and just how it works in the NBA now.
Durant went to the Warriors for a second.
It's just how it works in the NBA now. If you're a player that's that good, you can just fucking
go where you want to go.
Yep, and then the bad teams are just like, well, that sucks. And they just stay bad.
Again, you follow this shit way more than me, but from what I saw, Cincinnati, I don't think played a bad game.
They didn't, but but it's unfortunate.
They didn't win, but I don't think they played a bad game.
Yeah, but they also ain't making it back no time soon. They are not one of the chosen cities that gets to make it every other fucking year.
Nobody thought they'd be there in the first place. So
I
who's to
know
say they
that this
can't do
was
it
their
again?
one chance in 30 years. We'll see them the next 30 years from now when the
Yo,
fates deem it so that they're allowed to go back to the Super Bowl. That's just the fate for teams that don't have good history. It sucks, but life's unfair.
Shout out to Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep.
What'd you think of the halftime show?
I liked it.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
There were a couple of people who were not target demographic where I was.
I'm about to say more than a couple people in general. Right?
But no, everyone around my age, regardless of background, was into it. It was just some of the older, that were like complaining. I think one of them came outside where, us, I want to say young, but we're over 30. But you get my point.
Millennials,
the younger people, the younger people at the party.
You hesitated.
The younger people at the party. They
Okay.
We were outside watching it, and one of them's dads came out and was like, "Can you believe this? Every year why do they have this stuff every year? Do you guys does anybody even like this?" And they're like, "Yep, I like this. I like this. Yep, I like this." Like the three of them all said it, and I was just like, "I enjoy it."
Sound off of everybody saying that, like it.
One of those things where I feel like it was a scene from a movie where people are trying to make up for a situation, like, "Oh man, our black friend is here, and our parent is saying something that could be seen as offensive, but we're gonna cut him off by showing our support by saying I like it, even if we don't, but we're staying in conversation with our black friend." They kind of felt a little like that, just like, "Nope, I like it. You like it? Yep, I like it too."
Oh, I see.
But to be fair, they did actually like it, but that's what it felt like a little bit.
I was about to say genuine likes, but yeah.
Yeah, they do genuinely like it. Like, one of them definitely a big Eminem fan. I don't think. And one of them was black her damn self. And yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
Go ahead.
Okay. The one thing that I definitely thought when I watched it though was when 50 was a surprise. And when 50 was in there, I was like, because they had the house thing, and I was like, man, this whole side can't see shit right now. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Imagine paying tens of thousands of dollars to get fucking 2/3 of a halftime show. Like, what? Because at least Dre and Snoop and M and Mary J and everybody was on top of the house. Like, 50 and all these dancers are blocked by a whole ass wall. What kind of bullshit?
That's why you always sit on the side that the camera's gonna be facing, or that the camera's gonna see. You
it's
want
like
that camera view side. Exactly.
Opposite the main camera, yeah.
You want to see what's gonna be on this, what you can actually see, because they'll always play to you.
And it would have been just like this. "Hey, honey, I got tickets to the Super Bowl." "Really?" "Okay." It's like, "Okay, well, we have the option. We can sit here or here." It's like, it doesn't matter. It's not like anything is like, special is gonna happen. And then you miss a whole right. You miss a whole 50 Cent
because you probably can't hear it that well either, because he's inside a fucking truck.
Right. And then what's so funny too is like all the people who are like, does anybody like this? People probably, around that age, whatever.
We should have some more music that everybody likes.
Well, what I was gonna say was they probably those would be the people who'd be like, "Why is he upside down? I don't get it." Like,
because it's cool. That's why. I don't know.
You don't know why he was upside down?
Was it in his music video or something?
Yeah, the video where he was like the specimen type shit in the video in the club back in the day and all that shit.
But
Get Rich or Die Trying came out. You forgot your thought.
Oh yeah, someone in the living room at that place, like one of the other old people, was like, "Damn it, they need to get some music that people like that everybody can enjoy, that everybody knows on these things. They need to have halftime shows like that. And I was just like, you think I knew, aside from maybe like 2 or 3 songs, anything about the fucking Who?
That's what I was waiting. I was waiting for you to say some shit like the Who and the Rolling Stones.
You think I knew shit about the Rolling Stones? I knew they wanted to paint something black. But
stop. That is the most ignorant way of talking about their song. People, listeners, viewers, if you know, you know, and if you know that is so stupid, it's funny. I know they wanted to paint something black,
but that's about it.
That's some ignorant shit. Yeah. Yo, shout out to the Who, shout out to the Rolling Stones, shout out to
great musicians, great acts.
Yeah, people run out of time. Yeah, great acts. Trailblazers.
I have heard and been educated in them, but at the time of the Super Bowl, do you think if you thought I grew up knowing any of that, you were wrong. I'm just gonna tell you.
I'm gonna be honest.
I ain't know anything about what the Beatles actually did till I was in high school.
I think I found out a little sooner than my high school days, but
I meant like just how many songs. I'm like, damn, that was all.
Oh, their catalog is stupid, and not like on some Wu-Tang Clan where they got a big catalog together and a huge catalog apart. Yeah. No, the Beatles have a huge catalog together. Like, yeah,
way bigger than Together's. I said way bigger than Together's catalog. I don't. You don't remember Together?
There's a joke in there.
We'll talk about it in a minute. Make your point.
I really don't get what you get.
Make your point.
Anyway, I was gonna say that again, iconic, true musicians, trailblazers, classic, and I really do mean all respect to them. And some of they shit, I can't get no satisfaction. I can't think of a Who song off the top of my head, but shit like stuff in that realm, like The Doors and all that shit.
Wait, who is I Can't Get No Satisfaction?
That's like one of, if not the biggest Rolling Stones.
That's Rolling Stones. Okay, yeah. They did do Paint It Black though.
I don't know that, but what I was gonna say was, I remember when they performed at the Super Bowl. I remember, and I hate to say it, but I remember being like, "Yo, that was not a good performance. It was bad. It was bad." I thought Katy Perry, honestly, for the spectacle and the epicness that a halftime show should be, I thought she did good, filling out and making it a big show.
Yeah, lefty, a lot of people,
I was just about to say, a lot of people thought that the show itself was just like too much going on, but I actually like respected the fact that it had a lot, because she was like, I'm doing halftime, damn it, I'm about to fill this shit out.
Yeah.
So
think I knew a lot of her songs? No.
Actually, I know a good amount of Katy Perry.
I didn't. I'm saying you would talk about like,
you're in, then you're out, you're up, then you're down.
I didn't even know that was her, but
you didn't know Hot and Cold? Okay, we don't. That's not a big deal if you didn't know.
I didn't know that was her. I've heard the song in like commercials while people are selling like hot and cold brewed coffee or some shit. Anyway.
Yeah, you make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream, so whatever.
All right. So,
because I'm gonna tell you about last Friday night in a second. So,
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
That's honestly what I should have said. That would have been the easiest thing to say. Everything else is like that in context doesn't make sense. But like, anyway.
Fuck are we talking about?
You were talking about like halftime shows, and we were talking about not being able to relate to
they do things for different demographics every year. They got somebody else. I mean, shit, the Who, Rolling Stones, all, like I said, legendary artists. I have learned stuff about them since going to college and stuff, or even hell at the halftime show. Now I'll say I knew more about them and cared more about them than fucking when didn't Coldplay do a halftime show or some shit?
I like me some Coldplay, bro. Yeah, they did. Now, They did a halftime, but they called on favors from Bruno Mars and Beyonce.
That's right. They had to press the fucking Beyonce. That's right. Black Eyed Peas needed to press the Usher button, and then Coldplay needed to. Oh, Black Eyed Peas needed to press the Usher button. They were not doing that well, and then all of a sudden, just from the fucking rafters comes down.
To the rescue.
It's like fucking Usher and it's like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Did they just press the Usher button? Because the crowd popped when Usher showed up.
That was when
because it was fucking Usher.
That was when Beyonce came out, I believe, wearing her like Black Panther inspired clothes, and everybody wanted to make a big deal off of it.
Yeah, no, I remember Beyonce and Bruno showing up to save somebody's halftime show. It was Coldplay, so they pressed the okay.
I'm not gonna use the word save.
Come on,
but they came up with that one.
In the opinion of the people that I was with when that Super Bowl was playing, they saved that halftime.
The views of whatever we want podcast. But anyway, so you were talking about Coldplay's halftime and how you felt about it.
I ain't know shit about them. I was happy that they pressed the Beyonce and Bruno Mars button. Okay? That's all I'm saying is every year it's got something for somebody else.
Remember that Maroon 5 played a year?
Oh,
I will say that from what I can remember, and I believe I'm not mistaken, if I am, but I believe I'm not. But since the wardrobe malfunction, the Super Bowl has not had rap for the halftime show. I don't believe so.
What do Black Eyed Peas count as? Just
okay.
Now, I know they're not rap, but
I just about to say, yeah, this is post Monkey Business, Black Eyed Peas, because Monkey Business, which I had, was the last album before the END when they switched their sound up to that more EDM house techno-ish type shit. So I guess you could kind of class it as rap, but not necessarily.
Well, that's why I'm like, what do they count at? But I don't know. I've always associated them more with the ethnic side of music than not. I don't know. I didn't want to say the black music.
I was about to say, what tap dancing ass shit is that? The ethnic side sounded worse than if you would have just said the black one. The ethnic that shit sounded worse. You'd have been better off trying. You tried not to be offensive and ended up being offensive.
And the worst part is, I was like, how did I not just say the black side of music? I like the darker side. No, that just sounds worse.
No.
The ethnic. So that's why I was like, if I was in high school, I'd have just straight up said it that way.
Well, I remember you in high school. You were obsessed with that word for some reason. You didn't say it all the time, but every creative wrestler you would make.
Not every. Actually, I don't think I made a creative wrestler with that. I made a football team.
What was the name of this football team, sir? Why don't you tell our audience? I would say if you know, you know, but nobody knows but me, you, and Ibn. So Ibn being my brother for y'all who don't know. But no, why don't you tell everybody what was the name of your football team when we used to play Madden back in the day? Rest in peace, John Madden, the GOAT. What was the name of this illustrious franchise?
We say it on it on the show.
We haven't said the name of the team though.
But we say the word.
Yes, we do.
What was the name of the team? I'm not breaking some boundary here.
I just said the word. The fuck? I just said this shit like a minute ago, literally. It's probably been 60 to 120 seconds since I've said the word.
Fine. It was the Niggerville Niggers. The symbol was a shield with an N. They all had perfect stats. They were all the starters were probably some kind of video game or Dragon Ball Z or the cartoon reference. I know Vegeta was a linebacker.
Oh, he's a lot. I thought he was get best receiver, but yeah, I remember.
No,
Vegeta
my
was
best
awesome.
receiver was Peter Ellis.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. My best receiver was Omari Ellis. Peter
Okay.
Ellis was the running back.
I will say to y'all out there, because obviously y'all don't know. Back in the day, Pete used to have a decent amount of time, and this man he would actually like, okay, you know how when you do season modes, when you create players on Madden and stuff, like, you know, y'all who do know, what if you don't know, you can create a player, you can definitely create a team, you can do a season mode and all that. This man, 11 people play on the football field, you know, at a time. This man would create to a T hairstyles, skin tones, body builds, height, stats, what position.
The stats were all maxed out.
Well, stats were all maxed out, right? Like everybody was 99s, yeah. But to a T for every position, quarterback, running back, fullback if they had it, tight end, defensive tackle, defensive end, linebacker, the fucking O-line.
Yep, left guard man. Shout outs to left guard man.
See? And he would take to a T every player, all 11 men on offense and defense, and some second and third string people, which meant if somebody by some chance got injured,
that happened.
Another person
that happened because on the opening kickoff of the first season, my cornerback, Shindu, or not Shindu, what's the villain from Jackie Chan Adventures?
I think it is Shindu.
Yeah, so Shindu.
When you said it, I instantly knew like the reference.
Yeah, so my quarterback Shindu gets the tackle because we kicked it off. Tackles the guy, career-ending concussion.
God damn! Could you imagine that in real life? That would be fucking terrible. Holy shit!
Hit the other dude so hard he ended his own career.
Wait, he wasn't the one that got tackled.
Right. He did the tackling and concussed himself to end his career. So you're damn right I made backups.
You remember on Not Another Team movie where the kid, like, oh my God, I get to play, and he catches the ball and the people tackle him and he gets split in half? That's what I'm saying. Like, is that how hard he tackled him that the opponent got split in half?
Probably.
Shit. On some fucking, what's that shit? Oh no, not Talented Mr. Ripley. Anyway, don't worry about it. It was like some movie where some dude got like hit by a car.
No, if my guys are gonna concuss themselves and end their own career, you're damn right I'm making backups.
But that's because the stats so goddamn high.
Only position I didn't make was a punter.
Oh, you didn't make a punter?
Also, and I think there was one player that was an actual player. I think it was like Sean Springs. And it's just because I think on the PlayStation 1 or PlayStation, on one version of the game, I couldn't do as many created characters, but on the GameCube version I could. But on the one where I had ran out, the team, whatever team, I think at this time I had used the Seahawks as the base team for whatever reason. Okay. And that was one of the only players that just, once I reached my character limit, I couldn't replace, and I got used to playing it on that. And I think that was Madden 2002. Madden 2003, I could put everybody I had before and then make backups and shit.
Wow, 20 years ago. Wow.
Yeah. Madden 2003 with Marshall Faulk on the cover.
Wow. But yeah. This dude, like I said, he didn't just throw together, here's a height. No, this man put time.
Now, I didn't make them look like the characters themselves.
No, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He put time into making them look how he wanted, but he didn't try to make them look like the people. But and like I said, he put time into it and came up with the names and fucking maxed out the shit, and he had his whole fucking team, and it was so original.
Shit. I named my linebacker Vegeta.
But it was just. Gee, I wonder what Omari Ellis is into. And then you fucking look and you're like, oh, okay, Shindu, okay. Oh, okay, Vegeta. But no, we had some fun times back in the day. Shit.
Now,
Shout
wrestling
out to
games, I definitely put a lot of time into as well with the created characters.
yeah. I remember you calling us and us being on the phone for a minute where you had the PlayStation and me and Ibn didn't, and you'd be like, okay, what do you want this move to be? Okay, what do you want this move to be? Okay, right circle. Okay, down circle, and go through the whole thing. And you remember that? Staying on the phone and creating.
I could see that happening in one of the games.
I remember that, man. And I remember that
because I wanted to take care of it then, so that the next time y'all came over, we wouldn't have to waste time doing it.
And I remember we did that because at that point we were going over each other's houses to spend the night. It seemed like every weekend or every other weekend. At that time, it seemed like it would be like a month wouldn't go by where we wouldn't have spent the night over somebody's house at least. Like
there was a good chunk of time where that did happen.
Yeah, man. And it was a lot of fucking fun around that time. You remember the time? Remember the time when our grandmother was still like alive back in the day, and me, you, Ibn, my mom, my grandmother were in the car, and me, you, and Ibn were in the back seat. Yeah, you were. Me, you, Ibn were in the back seat. Grandmother in the passenger seat. My mom driving, and we were in the back. We were talking about something because wrestling was in its heyday at the time. And I think you were talking about Stone Cold, and you were like so, and you meant to say yeah, and like you broke his eyes. It happened to be that one lull where everybody got quiet. You said yeah, and he broke his ass. And then you got quiet as shit, and like oh. You heard that shit, right? Yeah, he broke his ass. Hey, I remember you meant to say eyes, and I remember you said, "Oh." My mom didn't freak out because she knew that you didn't mean to say it, and she didn't get on you. But it was just you were like, "Oh, shit." Did we already talk about the whole? I think we already did. I was gonna say the whole closet hop.
I said damn or something. She opens the door and I just jump and I like oof. Just instantly like
oh man. And I didn't know what was going on when she came up. And, we talked about that earlier, but it was just like, where's Pete? I was like, he in the closet. And you were like, looking like fucking Gollum.
You don't have any friends.
You good? I forgot why Ibn wasn't. But you remember me and you used to live across from the grocery store, Schnucks. Schnucks is the St. Louis grocery store. Everybody, depending on where you at. And you used to live like not that far from it. And you remember like back in the heyday of wrestling and shit, me and you were like watching SmackDown and a commercial hit. You remember that shit?
Ran downstairs, went down the way, went down the hill to the fucking Schnucks because we were in the parking lot. So let's say, ground floor is the parking lot. Up here is where my apartment complex is. And there's like a hill you could like go down. So we just went all the way down the hill, went around the parking lot to the Schnucks. I bought like a 3-liter of root beer. You bought something else.
A few cans of like some soda or some shit.
Like Shasta or something. And then we went back up, and I think we made it
up the hill.
Through the fence up the hill. I think we made it back just in time, or might have missed like half or something. But we made good time.
It was just funny because we were like, okay, commercial go hit. We like got ready while the show was going on. We like, hey, we go do this during commercial, and we did all that and came back just in time to finish, man.
It was just in time. Right.
I'm just saying we had a lot of good times, man. Like we already kind of talked about with Ibn on here how we used to wrestle on your bed, your mattress, and do moves on each other and shit.
Hody woody.
And then And then your mom said that the neighbor one time, well, more like probably 2 times or so, came over because we were like kind of bumping into the wall, and she thought somebody was whooping somebody's ass.
Falling forward for you.
Do you remember that? Like,
Yeah.
she said, "I thought somebody was getting beat."
I remember a lot of those things.
Oh man! And then you know what is so funny?
What's up?
Is as you make friends, throughout the years, you find out that a lot of young boys were fucking wrestling and trying moves and shit. Like everybody was doing that shit. We were the ones that at least had the fucking smarts to do it on a fucking mattress. Apparently, a lot of people around our age were doing that shit on fucking the goddamn floor.
Yeah. I mean, Jackass. People were emulating that too.
Yep. I remember hearing back in the day that, because that was the controversy with Jackass. I remember hearing back in the day that some dude got hurt because he filmed his friend hitting him with a car. That's always stuck in my head over the years. You want to laugh. That's fucked up. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at you trying to hold the laugh in. You laughing at the situation.
Why?
Jackass.
Yes, but
Now you know what's funny?
The fact is, I could see that happening. I think that's what it's more of a laugh of irony. The fact that, God damn it, this could happen, and yep, here he is. All right, buddy, here we go. Yeah.
And then you had the whole laughing at the situation, but then you were holding in the laugh because you were like, I don't want to laugh. So now you laughing at the fact that you don't want to laugh. Yeah, everybody been there. But you know what's so funny, right? Jackass, especially on the TV show, they don't say it on the movies no more. But on the TV show, right, they always said, don't send us in any tapes. We're not going to open them, right? You know what's so funny? Jackass 4, they just recruited like 4 or 5 new people. So, and one of the dudes definitely, his name is, Zach, and he had a YouTube channel for a second. I didn't know this while it was happening. I found out about it after. Huh?
I haven't seen the movie.
The 4th movie is really fucking funny, and I think it came at a great time where we all need a little bit of levity right now in the world. But there's a big dude on there who I didn't know this until after I looked at his stuff later, and he had a YouTube channel, and he was posting stuff on there. I think it's taken down now, so he posts on his Instagram, doing crazy wild jackass type shit. But he called himself Zackass, right? Because his name was Zach something. And they found him by seeing his Instagram. So they said, don't send us videos.
But then reward people that sent them
But
the
then
videos.
they recruited dumbass, like people doing dumbass. I'm not trying to catch them in no hypocritical loophole.
People sent them videos. I'm going to tell you right now. People probably sent them videos anyway, just like with ridiculousness. I'm pretty sure they go, don't send them. We will not open or view them. Click. All right. Put that on the show.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think me and my brother talked about it back in the day. If it wasn't him, it might have been somebody else, but it was like, they say don't send them, we won't open or view. And it's like, they not gonna show the shit. They probably watched a few of those. Like, come on.
Oh yeah.
It's not like it's not like I'm talking about Jackass.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Jackass never showed anybody.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about ridiculousness.
Yeah, but no. It's not like the Jackass crew doesn't like to watch people get hurt. What the fuck? I still say, man, shout out to fucking Johnny Knoxville for, because he apparently wanted to be an actor first and foremost, period. had a few like fledgling things here and there, trying to break it in Hollywood. Didn't work out, and he used the exposure and push from Jackass as his break to become a fucking actor.
I was thinking about that earlier
That's
because
crazy,
I
man.
saw like something involving Men in Black 2 the other day, which he was in.
Yeah, because he
And
was
I
in
was
it.
like, Johnny Knoxville, Men in Black 2. I wonder if he was trying to do the acting thing beforehand or whatever.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
he really was. I saw like an interview with him talking about it. And if you look, he's got some acting credits on his like Wikipedia that date before the Jackass show aired. So he was trying to be an actor first, had a few, spots here and there, nothing of prominence. And then what I love even more about it is the man became an actor, featured in some stuff here and there, still acting, but he never he never tried to hide the fact that he didn't like doing dumb shit with his friends. He was like, I'm gonna rub shoulders with all these big wigs, and then I'm gonna go over here and watch my friend, fucking throw up because he smelled shit, and then so it was like, oh man,
Good on them. But yeah, I do need to see that movie.
yeah, like I said, I think it came at a good time, because we all know how things are going right now, and it's funny. All those movies, I mean, you know what you're getting into when you watch those movies, and there's some parts of those movies that are too much, and not just the stunts, but the other watch the movie people. If y'all ain't seen them, I remember me, you, and Ibn saw the third one together, right? But yeah, speaking of movies, are you gonna see Uncharted?
No?
You didn't know an Uncharted movie was happening.
I didn't know it was coming out. I had heard something about it a while back, but it was like a week. And by a while back, I mean like maybe 2 weeks ago. Like Uncharted with Tom Holland. I'm like, what? And I didn't play any of the Uncharted games.
Oh, that's why I said it, because I just assumed you did.
I was more of a God of War
I know
person. Not I never really played the Uncharted games. Nothing against the Uncharted games. In fact, I think one of the PlayStation sales things collections had like a Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. I might look about getting into that, try and playing those. But yeah, that's the only reason why I wasn't planning on seeing Uncharted the movie. I didn't really care that much about Uncharted the games.
I know you being, like I said, I haven't gamed regularly since PlayStation 2, and now we're on 5. And two was big back in 07. Been like 15 years, going on since I like gamed heavy. But I remember when the first Uncharted came out. I never played it, but I remember that was back in the days of the old G4, and I remember Morgan Webb, Adam Sessler talking about it and giving it like high praise, because they said not only was it actually fun, but it said it was one of them games where they like make jokes, but the jokes are actually funny. And again, the dialogue is compelling. Now Ibn saw the trailer for it, and he didn't like anything about it. He said he loves Uncharted. Didn't like it. He said that everybody looks like the miscast, and the way people are acting, it looks like they're not acting like the characters in the games and all that shit. So I just wanted to I just knew you had played it because it was such a popular game.
In fact, that's probably why I didn't play it.
You played God of War and that was popular, so that don't count.
Yeah, I played God of War like 1 because a friend brought it over and was like, "Hey, play this," and then I was hooked for God of War 2, 3, and 4. I think I've said it on a previous thing. I'm not necessarily anti-popular things, but I am a little adverse if it gets too popular before I hear about it. Uncharted was probably one of those things where it was like, oh, by the time I heard about it, I was like, what? Because it was already way super duper popular. I'm like, whatever little bit I saw, I'm like, oh, I'll play it so much. I don't fucking know. And then just got more into, Uncharted. Okay, yeah, one of them. Okay, Nathan Drake. But I don't have a problem with Nathan Drake or Uncharted. Quality games. Series been around forever. I don't need to shit on the series just to prove that what I like is a good series.
Right, because a lot of people do that.
Oh, I've done it with other topics, just not with Uncharted.
I'm trying to be like, good on you. And you're like, wait, good on me to an extent. I'm actually a piece of shit. What the fuck?
I'm only human.
Is that only what?
Human.
That's what I thought you said. But being human doesn't mean that you have to just be a walking, talking, just like fucking asshole all the time.
Correct. Just some of the times. And on other occasions, you do nice things. Like not shit on Uncharted.
You can asshole some of the people some of the time. And what is it? You can asshole some of the people some of the time, and you can asshole all the people some of the time, but you can't asshole all the people all the time. Anyway, okay, I fucked it up. It's like a quote from Abe Lincoln. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I just fucked it up. I just fucked it up. But yeah, me and my friend, when I talked about I went to Detroit, right? I don't know if I talked about that on the podcast or not, but if I didn't.
Where you met the people with the pictures?
The people with that's where I met.
Oh, last weekend?
No.
Okay.
No. That's where I met Britt Baker. I showed you that.
Oh, that one. Okay, yes.
Yeah. But no, what's his name? Me and my friend, when we went to the Motor City Comic-Con back in October, he really liked Uncharted. He said Uncharted came at a time where a lot of stuff in his life was, like hard. So Uncharted was a good outlet. So it meant a lot to him. So the dude who voiced Nathan Drake, Nolan North, was there. Awesome. And you could get autograph and picture ops and all that shit. And he even told me, because there was a lot of people you could meet, obviously. But he even told me, he was like, Nolan North is here, Jazz. And he was like, I want to, he was like, I want you to walk up here with me because I'm going to tell this dude what this game meant to me. And, he told me everything and all that shit. And, got autograph and all that shit, yeah. It was cool, yeah, man.
Voice actors are awesome people.
Yeah, they don't get enough credit.
No, they don't.
They really don't. No. Popped in my head, but shout out to Brizzy Voices. Shout out to you. Anyway. You know, she ain't gonna see this shit, but if she randomly did, shout out to you, because you the shit. But yeah, met a lot of people over Comic-Con. My first Comic-Con, I had a great goddamn time. Some of the pictures up on my Facebook, which is fucking acting up right now, but that's another story. But speaking of different stories and other stories and various stories in general, I don't post stories on my Facebook, but if you want to just follow the ongoing story that is Jazz, then you can go ahead and find and follow me on Facebook. Like, I'm having issues with it right now, but still go ahead, find and follow me on the thing, and hopefully I'll get it back so I won't be saying this for my health down the line. But if you would like to find and follow me on Facebook, then go ahead and give my page a like, which would be under Superjaz, SUPERJAZ. You can also go ahead and find and follow me on my Twitter, which is under Superjaz2. So that would be Superjaz and the number 2. And you can also go ahead and find and follow me on Instagram. I do post stories every now and then on there, and that is under Forever Superjaz. So the word forever before, and that is spelled correctly. And then if you would feel so compelled to check out some of my music, because I do rap, you can go ahead and look for my album, My Secret Identity. You may have to put in Superjaz, My Secret Identity, because of the fact that I'm not so famous yet. And you can find that on any streaming platform.
Do it.
Where might they be able to find you?
Well, y'all know, first of all, you can always find me here every Wednesday on the Whatever We Want podcast. You can also find me elsewhere on YouTube as feogrande, that's F-E-O Grande. I'm also on Twitter and Twitch, Giotavi, that's G-I-O-T-A-V-I. I haven't streamed in like a little bit over a week. I finished Tales of Arise, a RPG recently. on stream. And then I was like, all right, take a little bit of a break and get into March and try to pick up constantly streaming and stuff again. Not every day like last year, because while I proved I can do it, I also proved ain't no point in doing it that hard. But I gotta get back into the groove of things. So March, I'm gonna get back into streaming more often. But yeah. So yeah, find me out there. Stop by, chat. See what else we got going on around here.
And this is episode 51. This might actually be unprecedented. For the whole run so far of the show, I think I know what we're going to talk about next time. I think I actually fucking know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, what's that, Jess?
The fact that it's been a year and we the shit, episode 52, god damn it. Whatever we want podcast. Let's go.
Adiosness.
Be nice to yourself, everybody.
52 episodes? That's crazy, man.
It is.